What's going on, people? Welcome to the player ratings. Palace 1, Southampton 0. We'll be discussing all of the performances from the game. As always, let us know your player ratings in the comment section down below. And if you do enjoy the video, leave a like and subscribe. Patrick, great win. Clean sheet at home. Let's talk about some of the plays that led us to that victory. And let's start off with the main man in goal, Vicente Guaita. 8.5 from you, 8 from me. Look, let's be honest. He might have made a mistake against Everton, but once again, he stepped up to the plate against Southampton with some massive saves.
Yeah, I admittedly I did call for a possible change with Sam Johnston, but I'm going to be honest with you, D. When we win matches, a lot of times it does come down to one or two key saves that Guaita makes. He made a really good save on Che Adams. I'm watching the game back now. Clutch saves. He came out towards the end of the game and came out and was aggressively punched the ball out. He just makes plays. I know we talked pre-show about passing wasn't great, but like I said, I don't care about passing for goalkeepers. I really don't. If you keep a clean sheet and we win, yeah, it'd be nice if he would make every clean pass. I don't want him kicking the ball straight to a Brighton player for a counter-attack to tie the game. But that aside, man, he's making the saves, and I hope that it's because he has Johnson and Butland breathing out his neck that he's playing so well that keeps it. But yesterday he was really, really good, and without him, we don't win that match.
Yeah, I agree. And look, it's still, I would like to see Johnson at some point. Because Vicente is 35 years old. Last year was contract, so we need to see Johnson and to see if it's good enough for us. So yeah, it just probably cup games. But look, Vicente, great game yesterday, and he did save us. Now moving on to the right back, Joe Ward. Both gave him a 7. That's a positive. We spoke about him in a match reaction show as well. Patrick, what I like the most was his pressing. I think that's what helped him as well. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it was actually a tactical thing where Vieira told him to go up. Because every time a player just turns and attacks him, it's just so easy to run past him. But if you don't allow that opportunity to happen, which Joe Ward didn't allow it against Southampton, and he pressed them hard, then you can have a solid game because you don't allow them to run past you. Like that's his main literal concern so far in his last few games, and he solved that against Southampton. I thought he had a great game.
Yeah, he played really well. I mean, we both talk about how we need that right back upgrade, but you're right, D. The pressing really helped. The fact that Southampton had the wing backs helped, I think, a lot too. He only got ran by like one time, but also I like the fact that him and Olise linked up really well on the right side, more than I've actually seen in a long time. I thought actually both fullbacks did a great job of getting forward and helping us out. And without that Vieira system doesn't work. But no, Wardy had a very solid game on his birthday, so great job by him.
Yeah, happy birthday to Joe Ward. He's 34 now, 33.
33,
yeah, it's crazy. He's been at the club for a very long time, man. I was about to say Vicente Guaita. Mark Gahey.
Wow.
And I give him a 6.5. Now.
Let's discuss.
So how I saw it, you can explain your part. I thought he had a decent game, but I don't think he done anything special. How comes you gave him an 8? They ran through us a few times in the second half. But I don't think he had a bad game. But I don't think he was an 8. I feel like other players had a better game.
Yeah, he had 10 recoveries. He said he got run past, but Che Adams did have a couple of shots, but really it wasn't effective as a striker. Gahey's passing was down only 78%, which is low for him. But I just thought defensively it was better than he's been in the past. And again, I'm always gonna give credit, D, when we get a clean sheet. So though Vicente did make, the 2 or 3 key saves on Southampton shots, I know Armstrong hit the post at one point. I thought the defense did really well. And we had a lot of blocks in that game by not only Gahey, but Anderson. I think that's the reason why, to me, I give him that grade that I gave him.
Yeah, the grade 8. But Joachim Anderson, you mentioned him there, same rating for both of us. But 8 from you, 6.5 from me. It's not a bad rating. Like I just thought they had a good game. I don't think they had an 8 out of 10 game. I don't think they done anything really special in that game. For me, the fullbacks, maybe I was more invested into the fullbacks even before the game due to their form, etc. Maybe I wasn't really focused on the defensive play from Joachim Anderson and Mark Gahey. But I thought they just had a good game. I don't think it was anything special, even though we kept the clean sheet. When you give Vicente Guaita an 8 more times, then it just shows you that he saved us rather than the defenders at times. So, that's how I felt anyways.
So with Joachim, I thought he won early in the game. If you remember early in the game, they had an early throw by Salisu, which Anderson cleared. Then they had a corner kick that Anderson cleared out. This is very early, at the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah. It was like the first minute. Was that Anderson then? I thought
that was Anderson both, right? So he had 7 clearances. The aerial duels. Remember we talked about Anderson in the past. Aerial duels. 6 out of 6. He won every single one of them. Didn't commit a single foul. Had 9 passes into the final third. I thought he played really well. And again,
he lost the ball a lot of times as well. If you look there, I'm pretty sure. If you look at
again,
it as well. So
his long balls were not great. His long ball passing was 2 out of 12. For Anderson, that is terrible. All right, so that didn't work. Yeah. But again, defensively, Che Adams, Joe Rebo did nothing yesterday. Did they score a goal? Yeah. No. 14 shots, only 4 on target. I thought the defense played really well.
Well, let us know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about Joachim Anderson Mark Gate's performance? By the way, it's not a bad performance. I have to reiterate that. When Patrick gives an 8, I give a 6.5. It looks like we're way off and it looks very low. I just thought they had a solid game. Nothing more than that. Now, moving on to the left back, Tyreek Mitchell. 7.5 from you, 7 from me. All around solid game. Got an assist as well. Hopefully, he's a bit more consistent in that side of things. But yeah, I was pleased with his performance, especially after the Everton game.
100%. Like I said, much more involved getting forward. And again, I've been on Ty most of the season saying how poorly he played yesterday. Shows that the ability is there. Maybe the injuries he may have had have, eased up, whatever. But very, very solid game. Great assist for the goal for Edouard. Key assist, obviously.
Luka, everyone was talking about him before the game. We had Eze, Elise, Zaha, Gay, Anderson all starting, but there was a meltdown. And that was down to many people looking at the starting lineup. And Decore wasn't there. Luka started once again. But look at the ratings. 7.5 from you, 7 from me. Not bad at all. Not bad game. And I feel like what changed the game or what helped them the most was our pressing, especially in the first half. And when you saw in the second half, of course, we didn't have the intensity. But due to us pressing so high up, Luka wasn't in that many situations, especially in the first half, in terms of actually having to defend through the midfield because we normally want the ball higher up. And I feel like that helped the likes of Joe Ward and Luka. But Luka all around, he had a solid game. Towards the end of it, he kind of gassed out. He was a bit tired, but that's because the press wasn't working as much and he slightly got exposed there. Good game against Southampton, but Decore still walks into the side any day of the week.
100%. So, well, we do the different YouTube shows, so I always take notes on a notepad. And what I wrote before the game was Decore out, lots of negativity, midfield 3, not ideal, needed performance. And I have to say, Luka Milivojevic showed up yesterday. Now, we all know he's not ideal replacement for Decore. In 10 out of 10 times you want Decore to play. But we have to give the man credit. From the beginning of the match, I'm going back to the beginning of the match. He has an early shot that Schlupp made a great run on, that he had a shot that was blocked. He had a free kick, went over the bar. Progressive passing, like you just said, D, part of the press, involved in helping to organize the defense. The graphic over here had us in a 4-1-4-1. I'm not sure that was really true, but the fact was Lucas sat in front of the back four and really helped out. Just, again, he's not Decore, but yesterday, very, very solid, man. Defensively, going forward, I mean, I really was impressed. Again, he's not an ideal replacement, but you have to give the man credit when he does a good job. And yesterday, Luka played really, really well.
Yeah, he's done his job. And now we move on. Hopefully, Decore comes back because Luka is still a solid option coming off the bench. As much as people don't like him,
right?
He has been solid coming off the bench, but starting him for let's say 5 or 10 games in a row, that's when he entered the danger zone. He's come on he's played against Everton, he's played against Southampton. Now we have to go back to our old roots and get Decore back in. That's how I see it. Jeffrey Schlupp, another player that lots of people look at midfield. We both give him 6.5. I don't think he had a bad game, but I don't think he done much as well throughout the game. It was a solid game from me anyways.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that impressed me about him was he had the 8 passes in the final third. He got more involved going forward. He had 8 recoveries, and he was 2 for 2 for tackling. So remember I always talked about when Decore plays in midfield, he does a lot of tackling. Yesterday, at least we saw Luka making tackles, Schlupp making tackles. And someone made that comment that, you know what, it really does help that you don't have one person in there making that tackle. That's why next week, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Decore and Luka in there because they can both help each other out as opposed to mostly it's Decore. But yesterday, Schlupp was, like we just said, pretty average, but he was fine.
Yeah, moving on to the last midfielder, Eberechi Eze. 7, I thought he had a solid game. He tried to pick up the ball in midfield, run at players. Maybe sometimes Vieira was annoyed. I was looking at Vieira every time he had a misplaced pass or he didn't make the right pass. And it was a bit annoying because, there was an option and at times he made a wrong pass. And I think Luke, in fact, talked about it after the game with our attackers. We could have actually scored more goals if we made the right pass and our decision making was a bit better in the final third. But saying that, I feel like Eze still had a solid game. It's just part of the grown, with him. He's fitting in well, and he looked much better than he did against Everton, which is an improvement.
Yeah, I mean, he's a key player for us. What I like to see is that the link-up play between him, Wilf, Olise, and Edouard is really becoming much more natural. So he had a good game today. It wasn't yesterday. He wasn't spectacular, but I thought he played really well. So
yeah. And Olise, another player that people were talking about, saying he didn't do much. He was kind of disappearing in the Everton game. Today, I thought he had, as you mentioned, there was a good link-up play with Joe Ward. And then afterwards, when Eze did come off, he went through the middle as well. Look, he's naturally gifted. He is. And we saw it once again. I thought he had a very solid game. He was a threat all game long. He was a threat. Maybe if he gets a goal and assist, that goes up to like an 8.
Right.
But yeah, look, I was happy with his performance.
Yeah, and a couple of things. One, on the Edouard goal, if Edouard misses that goal, at least he's at the back post tapping in. So he's right in the positions to score goals, which is great. But defensively, I thought he did a great job again working with Joel Ward. He had 4 clearances and 9 recoveries. That's a lot for Michael Olise. He's not a defensive player. So
now that you say that,
he was buying into the defensive part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, now that you say that, it makes sense, because when I was watching him, I don't know about the actual stats, but when I was watching him, he was locked in defensively. Like, he was making sure, even from the start of the game to the end.
Definitely.
And I remember this theory about down the right-hand side, Ayew needs to play because Olise can't defend.
You're right.
He can. It's not that bad. This is like it's like a theory that people have had for a long time. Olise is not a bad defender. Of course, there's games where, what game was it where he switched off? Maybe was it Wolves at home where he switched off for attack?
Yeah,
and that was the
right when he's pressing.
Overall, I don't think he's a bad defender. He can help with Joel Ward.
He's definitely improving. He's definitely improving defensively,
which is a positive. Wilf playing out wide once again, and he actually done a decent job. I mean, it's a job that I expected him to do against Seamus Coleman. It didn't work out, but in this game, I thought he was pretty solid. And when he went through the middle as well, he caused a bit of problems. But yeah, I thought he had a decent game and caused them problems all game long.
Yeah, I think the key was second minute, he draws that foul edge of the box that I was talking about. Luke at the free kick. He was a problem for them all day. He got Lianco the yellow card. Could have got Lianco into a red card. It was a problem all game. You're right, D. What I wanted to see him do against everything he did yesterday. Wilf was back. He was causing problems, linking up with Eze. By the way, on the goal, if you know, he tackles Lianco in the attacking third. Wins the ball. It was. Yeah. He took the ball up, played it for a foul, gets the ball to Edouard, back to Mitchell inside, or maybe to Eze, to Mitchell and across on the goal. So without that tackle, we don't score that goal. So, small thing like that, very involved.
But not on the stat sheet.
Not a stat thing, exactly.
Exactly. By winning the ball back in a dangerous area. Look, he had a good game. He had a good game. And that's what you want to see. And that's what you expect from Wilf anyways. And that's what he expects from himself. So it's one of those things. Oh, great. We move on to the next game. But Odds and Edouard. Eddie. 7.5 from both of us. Another goal. Another goal from him. Oh,
gotta give him credit.
Look, it's apart from the goal, of course, nice finish, right place at the right time. And I think even when Haaland scores like so-called tap-ins or whatever, it's more difficult than when people make it out to be. First of all, you have to be in the right position, right time, and finish it off. And in this game, I thought got the goal. Link-up play was good as well. And the only real downside is, which I've realized about his game, is that when he's actually got the ball and he picks up from midfield and he's like by himself and runs at defenders, he's not the greatest at that. Like, he does have his moments where maybe he should make the pass a bit earlier or not. But even that part of his game wasn't that bad. Look, link-up play, goal, overall, another great performance, and he's been consistent.
Yeah, very solid. Going back with your point about the dribbling part, he actually drew a yellow card on Salisu by driving the ball, dribbling forward. So sometimes it does work when you hold on to the ball. Right.
But he wasn't great, but he had moments where he did make the right passing decision. So,
The goal was massive. He probably could have had another one, the offside goal on Olise, but he played really well. And like I said before, I've never had an issue with Edouard. I wanted back to the first rating show that we did. We talked about it. He's done it now. He's scoring goals. Listen, hope he keeps it up because we need a goal scorer. And I think that we found one. And I was very in himself. I think Vieira has confidence in him. I think confidence in him. He saw the reaction when he scores a goal, hugging, that kind of stuff. It's just great to see. But no, he's playing with
Yeah, I agree. And then moving on to the bench, there isn't much to talk about. Jordan Ayew did come on. There was a tactical change. You gave him a 5. I gave him a 6. Hughes came on. I thought Hughes was solid in terms of his positioning. And it's good that he did come on because we've been having this debate whether Vieira rates him or not. Like, that was a positive. He's had his COVID and injuries and all of that. So that was
I want to talk about Hughes real quick. They mentioned it in the broadcast over here, which I thought interesting. What I like about Will Hughes when he comes to the game, he's got the ability to kind of do things that other players can't do in the game. He holds the ball, take it to the corners, win a tackle, foul someone tactically. He did it yesterday late. Someone had a breakaway. He made a tackle player. I like the way Hughes comes on. And you're right, D. We did have about should Hughes be playing more. If he gets these kind of substitution, appearances at some point, maybe Newcastle Cup game or then Forest, we can start him because now he's getting the minutes in him. He wasn't ready to play. Vieira made that very clear. He's been injured. He's been sick. Now we can maybe see if it's not Luka next week with Decore, maybe it's Hughes and Decore. Both agree. We don't want to be schlup. So if it's somebody different, I'm talking about who can actually help out in there with Decore because Hughes will put in a tackle and so will Luka. So next week, I really will hope that it's someone that can help out Decore. And then maybe we see a blend that can work until January comes and we both know we need another midfielder. So hopefully.
Exactly. I think I would have liked to see who start this game. And we had this debate whether he's injured, if he's sick or not. But going forward, like it just makes sense in terms of balance. Especially away from home. Vieira said he's going to change it about. So let's see. Good point. It might even be next game against West Ham. Even if Decore comes back, he might do that. But lastly, Reader, he came on for a few minutes. Didn't have much to do as well. But look, that's our player ratings. Yeah.
I'm just glad to see Gyro getting some minutes. I know it's not a lot, but I'm just glad to see him playing, honestly. I felt so bad for the guy. He trains to play. At least he's getting some minutes now. And then an important minutes in the game when you got to see out getting on. So that's good. Good for Gyro.
Yeah. Good to get minutes as well. But look, that's our player ratings. Let us know your player ratings in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to not miss out on future Palace content. Thank you to everyone who's watched it. We will be back next week talking all the latest with Palace. And until next time, up the Palace.